Ladies and gents, Josh, Factory Match.
Payne here.
Today we are going to do the much needed removal of the inner fairing on the 2025 shop bike. We did this on the 2024 Street Glide shop bike before, and we waited way too long.
Way too long.
Way too long. So now we're gonna snip this one in the ass and get it done here soon.
Right away.
Yeah. Full disclosure, I already did this morning to give a quick walkthrough, so it's not that bad. But very, very simple. But yeah, should we get into it?
Yeah.
All right, tools for the job here for the inner fairing, 24 and up, 23 and a half and up road glide. You got 1/4-inch wrench, you got a 1/2-inch wrench, you got some extensions, 1/4, 3/8 extension, 1/4-inch. We got a Phillips screwdriver, we got a flathead screwdriver. We got one pry tool, plastic pry tool. We got a 3/8 socket, you got a 7/16 socket, and then you got a 1/2-inch socket. Torques, you got 10, you got 25, you got 27, and you got a 30. Those are the tools you need for the inner job. We already did install the Clockworks. This is 11-inch dark smoke windshield. So it might be a little bit of a different process than say like if you still have the OEM windshield, which I don't know why, because this is a good one. We do have these on our website. But yeah, as he stated, torque 25. Windshield slides up out of those two things. That's simple. And then with the Clockworks windshield, you know, these two brackets, they just hang on there. So got those, we got those. Then we got these mounts, which I believe, man, I don't remember. I'm pretty sure these are factory mounts, if I remember right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
They should be.
So these are torque 25s as well. And I believe they are all the same size, length. So that's nice.
Yeah, because wasn't it on the Street Glide where they had two different sizes of bolts?
Yep. So I should add too, the removal of the outer to get to the inner can same process be applied for our Road Glide side fairing pieces that we will add once we get the inner painted and put it all back together. The reason for that is there's bracket down here. You have to replace that. It's underneath the fairing there. So same process, but we'll get into that when we install it too. But anyway, so we got this pry tool for this. The next part we're gonna take off is the little wind deflector piece up here. That just snaps into place. You can use any pry tool. It'll do the job. And there's just two little plastic pieces. Bingo. That's it. This piece will just lift up and out. That's the one thing I was gonna note. These guys are just taped in from the factory, which is kind of crazy, but don't be alarmed.
So don't forget to make sure you have them.
Yeah, don't lose them. So when you slide this down in there, that's what holds it from sliding around. But
gosh, we're getting really fancy on these new bikes, huh?
But you can see the tapes lifting a little bit there. But yeah, anyways, don't lose those bad boys. All right, next we have a bolt here and a bolt there. One on each side. Torx 25. I believe this is a little shorty one, if I remember right. Yep. With a washer on the end. And then you're gonna have a little bit longer one right here. So remember, longer one up here, short stubby one down there. Now we're gonna move to the inside of the inner fairing here. Next, we're gonna hit up the speaker grills, which you can get any like pry tool. These don't, yeah, you can see that pops off pretty easy with just my finger. And then if you do get a pry tool, just don't stick it in here and hit the speaker. That's the one thing you don't want to do. And if you do that, don't blame it on me either. But the only thing holding those in are just some little pressure tabs here. That's it. And then you got some little tabs down there that kind of pull in like that.
So now after you got your speaker grills removed, you got a bolt here and a bolt there, one on each side. Make life a little easier, use an extension.
This is a Torx.
Just little shorties.
Yep, Torx 25. Or 27, right?
27s, yes.
Yes, 27s.
25s for the windshield and that kind of stuff, and then 27s for your bracket stuff.
Yep. So now that you got those two out, we'll move down to the air deflectors down here. Obviously, you got one on either side. These are 27s as well. A little tip, I would say, from round one of doing this is you got your tank there. Some people got tank protectors you can throw over. I don't have one of those. But just be careful not to hit your wrench into the tank and scratch it, like I may have done already on round one.
It's a good thing we're painters.
Yeah. At least it wasn't you, and I can't be pissed at you. There are no washers on these ones either. There's just like a little steel grommet washer thing on the part itself. And these are longer-ish bolts. And then when you do get these out, which I'm almost there, it's just slide it down like that, because you got this little piece on the back there and set it aside. Those little steel pieces are in the plastic itself. I see some bikes on the website or on Facebook pages and whatnot that do not have these little deflectors on. I know they're ugly and people are still taking them off. What do they do? Are they good, bad? Comment below if you have taken them off and they still, everything's still fine. I'm assuming it's some type of air deflection from the bottom and whatnot, but I see it all the time. Kind of has me curious. Yeah, it's a long one.
That one's way longer than it needs to be. You're good.
There we go. All right, now that you got the windshield stuff off, you got the speaker grill, you got the deflector down there. There's not much that holds this out or on. It literally slides right. Pop it out, there we go. Slides right off like that. That's simple. Crazy, I know. Now that you got the outer off, we're gonna take the headlight out. You got two bolts here. You got two bolts down here. And then you got one snuck up underneath here. I don't know if you can see that down in there. And then another one down in that, or where's that? Right down in there too. So you got 6 bolts total, all the same length, and they are
T30s.
30s, yep. And then there's a plug on the back end of the tail, or the headlight. When we get to that point, we'll show you. Speaking of Milwaukee.
Yeah, trust me.
Some of these bolts, like I said, I already ran through this morning to make sure we got a good run in all the tools and whatnot here. So some of these aren't even super tight, but either way, when that initial time I moved it this morning, None of them's crazy tight, so it's not like you got to get an impact out or anything. So these are the easiest ones to get out. Like, woman, you think that's funny?
Okay, so then
So you got the headlight plug. I'm gonna tilt it down there a little bit. You got the plug on the back side here. If I remember right, it's that easy. There's a little pressure tab there. Push down, pull out. You got the headlight?
Yep.
There we go. We'll set that aside. Now that you get the headlight out, there's 2 bolts up here. Well, there's technically one right now, but you're gonna have this one. Both of them are Torx 30s. The reason I don't have one on this side is when I did my dry run this morning, it was cross-threaded. Maybe I can even send that video to you and we could show that. That'd be kind of cool. But yeah, anyways, that thing was cross-threaded. There's like a little nut zert that was in there. So I pulled it out. I'm gonna have to try to fix it or get a nut zert and slam it back in there. But yeah, it was pretty bad. So if you run into that,
contact your local dealer and
yeah, I guess,
see
I
what
don't
they
know.
can figure out
I
for
basically put enough pressure in between this bracket and pulled out here to kind of get it, and then got a needle nose in there to hold it, and then I got it loose. Kind of a pain in the ass, but whatever, it is what it is. Speaking of cross-threaded and stripped, after you got those 2 off, you got these ones down here. My bike, this bike here, this was cross-threaded as well, but I got that one fixed, so I hope we're good to go there. But yeah, whoever was working on this side of the bike on the assembly line, I'm assuming on a Friday, was just not having a good day. So
boss man said, get it done, and they got her done.
they had a party to go to. Shit trickles downhill, you know. So yeah, you take those off, and then we're gonna move to the sides here next. So you got these 2 front bolts out. We're going to take these air deflector pieces off. There's 3 of them, 1, 2, and 3 up here for each side.
Before I forget, the bolts that we just took out are T27s.
T30.
Or T30, sorry.
These are Torx 10s. The reason we're taking these off, you'll see here shortly, but when we part halves of the frame and the inner, this will kind of slide up, and this is attached to the inner, so it kind of avoids all of this area and just makes it a whole lot easier to remove and whatnot.
Take this thing off.
Yeah, I wouldn't say you have to take these off.
No.
But it'll take 10 seconds and it'll save you,
Oh, good little headache.
yeah, nice little headache and some swear words.
Yeah. Or maybe a tool flying across the shop or 2.
Yep. And honestly, when we paint the inner anyways, you're gonna wanna take them off regardless. So either take them off now or later. There we go. Now that you got the air deflectors off on the inside here, we're gonna take these 3 bolts off on the outside. You got 1 here, you got 1 here, and then you got 1 down in there too. Those are all Torx 30s, and then you're gonna have this 7/16 hex bolt here that we'll take off after these. And I believe these are all the same size too, so you can't get them confused, which is very nice. The engineers were at least thinking on that one, which sometimes you question what the hell they were thinking. Got that. Pop the 30 off, put 7/16 on. Nothing's gonna fall. You still got all of the brackets in the front holding everything on too. All right, so we got the sides off. Before we can remove the inner and whatnot, this might be the worst part of the job. In the glove box on the right-hand side, you got your USB, is it a USB plug?
Yeah, be whatever you use for like your phone.
Yeah, phone charger thing, whatever.
Yep.
We'll show it when we get into it, but you're gonna have to push that up. It's just a rubber grommet with like, it's just pressure sensitive that pushes down in there.
Pressure seal grommet, basically.
You gotta shove it up, get it out of the way, and then when we pull this apart, you can pull that wire out. But you just gotta push. You can get like a plastic pry tool or something, shove it up in there, do whatever you gotta do. But since I did not push that thing in all the way on the dry run, we're good to go now. So now we will take the 4 bolts out of the stem here, and these are 1/2 inch. All right, now that you got the stem bolts, the bracket main bolts off, all you gotta do is kind of flip this forward a little bit and that will come out, and then you gotta make sure you got your USB charge port. There you go.
You just might have to shimmy it just a little bit in between just to kind of get it out. Other than that, it slides right out.
Slides right out. And then there's like tabs down here that you can kind of see that you can pivot off of. That kind of holds it in place. And then what we like to do while you're doing this is just put a bolt in there to kind of make it so it don't slide around at all. So the little trick we like to do, this will hold it up, but we like to put 1 bolt in there just to make sure it doesn't flop around or anything in case you got to move the bike around and whatnot. You don't have to get crazy on it, but throw a bolt in there, just snug it down.
I don't care, I won't listen.
Hey guys, break the video up a little bit. We're going to sell you on some products that we have here on our website. So if you have a 24 and up Road Glide, we have the full side fairing kits on our website. These are color matched, painted in-house in T, South Dakota by this guy. Yep. And they are prepped by this guy in the back here that never likes to be on camera, Trevor. And then we got
our radiator covers for 23.5 and up.
Yep.
Every model, at least touring models, I should say.
Street Glide and Road Glide.
Road Glide. Paint to match in any color to your specific bike by yours truly.
Yep.
So.
And then all the radiator covers come with these grills in gloss black from here on out. So when you order one from us, you get that beautiful piece and this piece. So these come with brackets, mounting hardware, all that fun jazz. Super easy install. Very, very easy install. You can find all this stuff, thefactorymatch.com. I mentioned before, underneath the glove box on the right-hand side, you got your charge port. You can kind of see here, it's just like a rubber plug that goes in, just like pressure. It's kind of a pain, but you just got to push up. That thing will pop right out, and then you can just set it aside. So it's not too bad. I would say it's the worst part of the job, and it's not even that bad. So after you got all that stuff, we're going to move to the back here for the nacelle, handlebar nacelle area, whatever you want to call that, and we'll grab the tools and do that next. All right, now that we have everything off here, we're going to move to the handlebar. I call it nacelle. I don't know what you want to call it, but that's just like a Phillips, and all this is a plastic screw. There's nothing to it, but also don't strip it either.
Oh, so it's like a clip style.
Yep. And then this, I just did it with my fingernail. It'll pop out, and there's going to be a little bit of pressure there, and that's it. You can throw that back in there, and then after that, you got your lock cover, if you will, and that is just a pressure tab on the front there, and then it kind of holds, there's a little tab that goes down there, and then you got 2 Phillips, which I can pop off quick. They're not in there too tight at all, so when you go and tighten these down, just do not over tighten them.
No extra ugga-duggas.
No extra ugga-duggas. We got that, and then you got 2 3/8 bolts on the side here, 1 on each side. Depending on how long your wrench is or socket too, don't swing and hit the tank. More of these pressure tabs on this piece here, which we'll just, there we go. That was a nice ugga-dugga. There you go. 2 tabs there, you got the one there, and then the screw on the end there. So now that we have all that stuff taken apart, you can grab the inner itself, set it on a bench, and we're gonna show you how to take the glove box covers off and the glove box themselves. Kind of a weird.
It's kind of a weird design.
Kind of weird. I pulled this back, not that you have to, we'll show you on that one, but there's basically a tab, and these slide out. So you get up and push up on the tab. I'll do it this way. Maybe it's easier to see. And they slide out that easy. Super weird. But yeah, there's just this tab here. I don't know if you can see that. And the pressure's there. You don't have to pull this apart, but it honestly kind of makes it a little bit easier. So like, you don't have to take this plastic off, but like I was kind of mentioning, it's a little bit easier to do, to get underneath there. And then that just slides out like that. So we got those set aside for the glove box pieces, which we color match when we paint these. And then we're gonna flip it around, and we're gonna take the glove box mechanism piece out, whatever, next. Next, we're gonna take the glove box pieces out, Torx 27. You're gonna have this bolt here. Got that one, set that aside. And then you're gonna have this one up here. I think we actually have to do that one. Because then you go.
So then, yeah, that should just pop out. Yep. Bam.
Release the tension. All
Okay,
right.
so when you take apart your glove box, pockets, whatever you want to call them, when you do, you take out all of the bolts. Torx 30.
27.
Or 27, sorry. And when you first start, I would have the pockets like closed, as they would be like if you're riding. And I'll kind of show you why when we get them all taken out. Okay, so then your actual pocket should just fall or come right off. So then why we kept it closed is that. So they have like little guide tabs like around where they insert. So they'll kind of slide right in, and as you put it back together, I imagine it'll just kind of form right back to where it should be.
All right.
There you have it.
So there you got it. When we do paint these, you got tabs up here. If you do send your inner into us for paint, we can take it off, and set it aside. Otherwise, you can take those off too. Yep, you got these little clips here. They kind of just pop out for the inner as well, or we can take those off too. We'd prefer that you take it off, but if we see it, we'll definitely take it off and not paint over it.
Yes.
Like some backyard jabroni. So yeah, we got those. So when we do an inner fairing, you have your glove box. What side do we got here? Covers, you got your inner. You got your, your headlights, or not headlight, handlebar nacelle piece. This is standard for a 23.5 and up to 25, as this moment, 25 inner for the painted. And then what we are going to do, which would be an additional, going to do this piece, which would basically cover there. And then we're gonna do the windshield piece as well. And that is it. So, when you send them in to us, standard glove box doors, handlebar pieces, and then the inner itself. We can do speaker grills too if you'd like. Normally we do not on this one. I will probably be ordering some better looking ones than the factory ones. I'm just not a big fan of the way they look, but I'll leave them black. But yeah, not too much of a...
It's not very intuitive.
It's not bad.
It really isn't. You definitely are gonna need a second pair of hands.
Yeah, definitely easier to have a second pair of hands on this job. The 2024 Street Glide shot back, my old bike before this I should say.
Yes.
That was much simpler than this.
Way easier.
This is probably
way
half
easier.
the time. I would say the first time I did this morning, I'd probably 45 to 50 minutes had into it. I would say without filming and all of that stuff, you could probably get it done.
Good half hour.
Good half
45.
hour, yeah, 45 minutes, whatever, so not too bad. Everything tore apart, quick, easy job, wasn't too bad. If you do want your inner done, we do not have new ones to sell on our website, or we do not have an exchange program as of yet. We're working on that, but you can reach out to us at sales@thefactorymatch.com, email. You can find us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all that fun jazz, or go to the website.
Yes.
And you can find tons of color match parts too, thefactorymatch.com. But yeah, what do you think we should do? Everybody probably knows what we're gonna do color-wise. I don't know why I even say it.
Teasing about Raven Metallic, but
Yeah, we might I don't know. We'll probably go Brilliant Red because that's just what we do on this, but a little touch of black.
a little flare here and there ain't
flare.
gonna hurt. I don't.
It's like that one movie, Flare. That movie's too.
Yeah, you gotta remember, I'm like.
Anyways, yeah. All right. Check us out, thefactorymatch.com. Thank you.
Thank you.